support around the outskirts of the base, but I think this multi-inferno will stay up all the way through the attack here on Yo-Yo's base.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate for Clash Champs. He's still managing to pick up really good percent though. So that could make all the difference. These balloons trying to take out that wizard tower. The minions getting that gold storage on the left side of the base. I wish he had one more minion for that spell factory, but I think he's going to have to settle here for 92%. Very nice try. Still high percent, but a chance now for Tribe Gaming to be able to take the lead on their next hit.
Do you think we would have gotten the multi-inferno down if we sent in the apprentice warden a little bit earlier to help protect these heroes through, or how do you think that would have panned out?
I do think it makes a difference, because not only could the apprentice warden have, given the heroes extra HP late in that SUI, but even giving them the extra HP early in that SUI would have set it up to where they had more health moving into each individual compartment, because the king was already at like half health by the time he was entering the base. If he dropped that apprentice warden right away, the king might have had an extra 2,000-3,000 HP moving in, and he could have distracted for the queen even longer, allowing the queen to have even more health by the time she got to that Inferno Tower. So I think there's a solid chance that he could have gotten that multi if that apprentice warden wasn't so delayed.
Oh, that must be so frustrating to know that one key part of the attack, the apprentice warden, if that was dropped a little bit earlier, that whole attack could have played out completely differently. That must be so frustrating to know, but we got some decent percentages there at the end there, and got the 2-star on the board for Clash Champs, but Tribe Gaming are up next, and Yo-Yo is now attacking again with the double hog, and he also got the double invis and the double skeleton spell in here as well to support his attack through, and the pinch already coming in nice and early to clear out. It looks like he only wanted to get that Inferno down there on the outskirts of that town hall area.
Yeah, nice little blimp value for just one rage spell, it looks like. Nicely done. Also pulling the CC troops out to the queen. Yo-Yo 23 dressed so nicely for this tournament here. He's wearing some nice clothes there. But the king on the top side of the base, you can see how he already funneled to send that king in for the scatter shot. Queen's meant to go to the town hall, but with these expos ready to do a lot of damage to her, looks like he's prepared for that with the skeleton spell, with the giant, with a Valkyrie, and potentially some invis spells if needed as well.
Yeah, the double skeleton spell in here is really good to distract both of these expos, and as you mentioned, there's also a giant in there, and look at the tornado trap, and it's just whirling around all these additional troops that we had to help support the queen, and the queen almost remaining untouched as she starts to get that town hall down. However, we will have to force that ability here as there's a lot of damage coming through from that monolith. I don't know how much longer she will remain, since that Giga Poison is going to do a lot of damage.
Yeah, the queen's going to go down, not going to be able to take out the monolith, but she did do her job. Now we got the hogs in on the left side of the base. Pretty classic to see the early warden ability here, and this time we are seeing a healing spell to help out these piggies, and look at it, it's doing a great job healing up all those hogs, getting them through a lot of traps in that lower Inferno Tower compartment in combination with the threes for the scatter shot. The hogs are still alive, moving all the way into the back end of the base, keeping the champion at full health with ability. And because he didn't need any of those invis spells to help the queen get to the town hall, he's got them on standby here to help the champion get even further.
Yeah, Yo-Yo absolutely crushing it. We had those invisibilities at hand for the queen, but the skeleton spells were more than enough to help support that through, and look how many hogs and those riders are still remaining at the end of the attack, and swagging that Raw Champion ability at the very, very end there. A triple on the board for Tribe Gaming will be giving them the advantage now after the first 2 rounds of that.
Impressive stuff so far from the Tribe. Not a single mistake from them. They are 2 for 2. They take the early lead here after the second round of attacks. Like you said, 6 stars to 5. So now we'll see what Clash Champs can do. They've got to get back into that offensive grind. Just bust out beautiful attack after beautiful attack and cross their fingers and hope for a defense.
Definitely. It was a really good one that we tried to come through with Patholino. The idea was there, just the execution, the one tiny mistake that stopped that attack from pushing through. So if they manage to, recover from that, it's still doable, since they had some really good bases in the previous war that we watched from them.
Yeah, definitely. Anything could happen, even though Tribe have the lead. This is still so close, way too early to call. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Clash Champs are going to be able to do, step up to the plate, and we'll see if they do some more Skelly Donuts. Maybe they bust out a couple of Queen charges. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be very exciting to see what other attacks that they bring with their high hit rate that they've been having as well. I think that we'll get some really clean and nicely executed plans regardless, whatever they bring us, if it's going to be a Queen charge or the more Skelly Donuts.
Yeah, it is interesting to note too that Tribe Gaming have been really liking the Hog Riders today. Both their attacks in this matchup so far have been Hog Riders. But now we got Leo coming in with, I was going to say a classic Queen Charge Lalo, but look how many lightning spells he's bringing as well.
Yeah, we've got the Zap Quake coming in here, and it'll be interesting to see how we use these ones. We'll probably use them around that multi. Yes, we do. We use them around the multi-inferno on that left-hand side, which is going to clear the multi-inferno as well as that expo, which is going to take quite a bit of pressure off of that Queen Charge pushing through, and she's reaching into this Eagle Artillery compartment at the moment, and she's actually walking towards that left-hand side, towards that scatter shot. I don't know if this was the plan.
I think he wanted her to go up to the Eagle, so we're going to have to switch things up and go with plan B all of a sudden. She's going to walk left. He should be able to still funnel her into the scatter shot, but I don't think this is at all what he had in mind. So he's going to have to figure out what he can do, how he can still manage to get good value with all of his heroes and make up the Lalo as he goes. Oh, and those healers get targeted by the scatter. That's going to cost him an extra spell.
Yeah, we took a bit of damage in here already. That was the problem, since we had found some traps with those Coco Loons, but the way that the Queen passed around this wall means that we didn't get the distance that we needed from that scatter shot in as well. There's a lot of damage coming in from that Eagle Artillery that is still up there on the northern side of the base. We're trying to get the Town Hall down. The Blimp doesn't successfully take it down, and all these loons fall from the sky from the heavy-hitting Eagle Artillery there.
Oh, this is looking devastating as the invisibility spell goes off and the Town Hall stays up. He's got no spells left over to help out either. Oh no, I think he's going to try to send King in for the Town Hall. Does he even path perfectly to it?
That invisibility spell tower also worries me a little bit. It's going to be regenerating, so the longer that we take to get this Town Hall down, the quicker that it will go invisible again. The King does secure it. The Queen starting... Oh, the Queen is in this compartment still. She doesn't have her ability though, but the King on with the Phoenix Revive does get the Monolith down, and Raw Champion's trying to get some additional percentage there on that right-hand side, but there is so much still remaining. The Eagle Artillery on the north-hand side, the Multi-Inferno is still standing, as well as the enemy Queen with that scatter shot on that right-hand side.
Yeah, percentage is going to be so important here as well, because even if Clash Champs can manage to get some defenses later, this percent might make all the difference. He's trying as hard as he can to get it above the 80% mark, and he might just be able to. But, oh, that's so unfortunate for Leo with that Queen just going the wrong way. And then he tried to make up for it with the Lalo into the Town Hall, but that part also just didn't get it done.
Yeah, I think the Eagle Artillery on Recurrence's base did a lot of defending here for them, which puts them at 80% 2-star. Not exactly ideal, a little bit on the lower side as well, particularly since their hit rate has been particularly high in comparison to all the other teams that have been participating in the Champions World.
Yeah, exactly. And we were expecting, starting off the tournament today, Clash Champs to be the best performing offensive team. I mean, the stats suggest that they should have been, but maybe it's just these Tribe Gaming bases that are really throwing them off. Maybe Tribe Gaming went the extra mile in preparing for this tournament, and they're just really ready to go up against Clash Champs.
I mean, they've got some very experienced builders there on the Tribe Gaming side as well, but let's see how this one pans out now for Clash Champs. They really need defense, because Tribe Gaming have got the 2 perfect hits in already, and Recurus is up next. And what have we got here? We've got 7 invisibility spells left.
Yeah, he's going for either a Super Archer Blimp or a Super Minion Blimp. Oh, that tornado trap catching the blimp, though, could cause some problems. It depends on if there's going to be seeking air mines afterwards. There are. Ooh, what's in this blimp? It's super archers here. Now, the question is, will he still be able to pick up the town hall?
Yeah, we got these invisibilities dropping one by one to try and keep these archers alive, and we're reaching through and doing some damage on that town hall, but I don't think it's going to be enough. And we've only got how many? I feel like there's not enough archers in here.
He had 2 more invisibility spells, but he made the decision to let them die there. I wonder why. Maybe the clone didn't, I don't know. I think the clone did clone the archers, but he decided it wasn't worth it to use the last 2 invis, and now he's going to have to go with plan B, trying to send the king and queen instead of from the bottom side like he probably would have. He's got to try to make sure they get the town hall.
Yeah, I mean, we've got that Electro Titan as well, which pretty much deployed on the skeleton side to help deal with the Clan Castle troops that we pulled, but the main thing right now is we need these heroes to go into this town hall compartment, and to be honest, it is looking pretty good. We've got the King, Queen, and the Royal Champion all joined forces here to get that town hall down. There's the invisibility which we saved to help protect that Queen. The King does have a revive. Hopefully the Royal Champion does go down. The Queen, is she going to avoid this Eagle Poison? Well, that'll be pretty nice.
She's going to walk into it right at the last second.
Of
a little awkward. She still does have her ability. She might be able to at least get the air defense. Nope. He pops the ability too late. She dies anyway because of the poison. Now he still has a few more balloons to drop on the top side of the base. This is the big defense that Clash Champs needed, though, to get back into this match.
Yeah, we've got those last 2 balloons, the double multi-splash damage here coming in, the multi-inferno and the scats, but absolutely melting. The last few balloons that were trying to get some additional percentage in here. We have 1 invisibility spell to try and maybe use to get some additional percentage, but a little bit low on a percent on this one. 83, we should get some additional percentage in there on that left-hand side as well as on the north. We've got 17 seconds still remaining. We had the 8% from Leo. I'm not too sure what the 2-star was from Pasadino, but this is approaching the 90s, so this is probably going to help them out on percentage, but as you mentioned, this is the defense that Clash Champs needed.
Yes, even if percent is still going to be heavily in favor of Tribe, and they are going to be up by a star as well, just mentally, I think confidence-wise, this lets Clash Champs know that, you know, Tribe Gaming aren't perfect. They make mistakes as well, and Clash Champs are still in this match. That might give them the motivation needed to get a couple more 3-stars here with their next few attacks.
Yeah, they can turn it back in their favor. I mean, to put themselves in the driver's seat and take advantage of the defenses that they just got there from Tribe Gaming. I mean, 2 triples from Tribe, 1 triple from Clash Champs. If the next hit's a triple from Clash Champs, they're going to be in a good position there, and then you're just going to have to hope for another defense.
Yep, so everything's going to rely right here on the next hit from Clash Champs. If they can hit this triple, they are very much still in it. If they don't hit this triple, though, I think everything's going to be in the hands of Tribe Gaming going into the final few attacks. And look at the spells. We get to play the recall game again.
I'm pretty sure it's your turn. We got that Queen on that left-hand side, Lex. Where is it going?
Queen on the left side. It's an E-Titan smash attack with super archers. That's interesting. With the log launcher set up. So Queen's going to make this funnel on the left. And then, oh gosh, what is he going to do? I can't even tell. I feel like he should be funneling the other side.
Which makes it interesting. It's hard to choose. I don't think we've seen too many recall spells with the Electro Titans either, so it's a little bit hard to predict here. I mean, depending which way we want to go. I mean, the King's there on that south-hand side. We've got that jump already deployed, so I assume the Queen will be deployed with them. Yes, he does send them all in with these Electro Titans to go directly for the Eagle Artillery area. And the thing is, though, we don't have any wall breakers, so we do have the log launcher, which we have to make sure that gets these walls open for everything to push through, since we have those back-end super archers to help support the Electro Titans.
Yeah, that left Inferno Tower is doing a lot of damage to the Super Archers. I think he lost 2 or 3 right there, but still has a few moving through in toward the Expos, and they'll be able to make their way to the Town Hall here. The King and now the Royal Champion deployed quite early to start helping the Barbarian King. And look at this, all the E-Titans and even the healers moving toward the outside of the base. I want to say that's unfortunate, but I think in this particular situation that might actually be better, because the Queen and the Yetis from the Log Launcher are able to clear the Town Hall and the Expos, and now the E-Titans don't have to move through the Giga Poison. Instead, they can work on the outside with the King.
Yeah, I think that was quite lucky that they didn't go through the core. I mean, the Queen's reaching through. She's even doing damage on this monolith. I don't know if she'll be able to take it down single-handedly, though, but the World Champion at hand will be able to do it. We invest a freeze spell. Maybe a little bit too late, but there are a bunch of traps in here that slow down the Royal Champion, so it still can be quite valuable. And the Royal Champion at hand, and these Electro Titans regaining a lot of health from the healers that are still remaining. This is actually looking pretty good.
Yeah, you know, with no more spell support, the Royal Champion has her ability. There's only 5 defenses left. None of them can take out the Royal Champion. This is a 3-star all day long. Exactly what Clash Champs needed to get back into this match. They might just be feeling real confident now, and Tribe Gaming have got to be feeling a little bit of pressure on their next attack.
Yeah, this is quite a phenomenal attack. That's not your usual attack that you see there either. The recall with those Electro Titans, with those Super Archers, and you did spot that pretty nicely that we had some of those Archers that did take quite a bit of damage from that Multi-Inferno, but it played out really, really nicely. We had quite a lot still remaining there at the very end of the attack.
Yeah, it worked out in his favor that the E-Titans dipped out and went to the outside, because the Queen, the Yetis, they had enough to clear the middle of the base, get the Town Hall, and then the Queen was even still able to work through the poison and start making some work on that monolith. So nicely done there. The E-Titans were smart, went to the outside of the base, stayed away from all the damage, and helped the King swoop around the outside, giving Clash Champs that well-needed 3-star.
Yeah, they saw the damage in the core of the base and they were like, nope, that's not for me. And it paid off. It really did. And it's really nice to see that when it does go wrong, that it can still play out pretty nicely. And you just have to keep your cool when things doesn't go to plan and still try and make the best out of the situation that's at hand.
Exactly, and now I'm really interested to see what Tribe Gaming are going to do with their last couple attacks, because even though they've had to have been feeling confident through the first half of this match, I think the pressure's on. Nebraska definitely got to be feeling it, because he needs to triple here to keep the lead for his team. Let's see what he's bringing. Ooh, a lot of Electro Dragons on this one, Coco.
And the Brox is enjoying his Electro Dragons recently, and we actually have 7 freeze spells on this one, which might be, isn't that a little bit freeze heavy? I mean, we can use some here around that Town Hall from Farmer, which is a nice value because we can make sure that it makes it through, and freezing the incoming damage just to make sure that those troops get that down. But 7 seems like a little bit more than usual.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen anybody bring 7 freezes on an Electro Drag attack, so this is going to be interesting. 3 rage spells still to use. The blimp for the Town Hall is very successful. The poison spell is wearing off, but does it kill the super minions? Yes, look at that.
Yeah, nicely done there. We've got a bit of pathing now as well. And we've actually got the Queen already coming in there on the southern side, and we've deployed all these Electro Dragons with those balloons for any potential scouting time here as well. And they're going to be taking quite a bit of damage because the illegal artillery is up there on the back end side of the base, and we've got that double rage coming in to help speed up these Electro Dragons as they approach all these heavy hitting defenses, freezing the monolith and one of the Infernos on the left hand side whilst hitting the Royal Champion under there as well.
This is a very interesting way to do the E-Drags. They almost split up into 2 or 3 different groups here, but he's handling the rages and the freezes very well, but ooh, that last E-Drag in the core does not quite get through all those Inferno towers. That might cause some issues. He's sitting in the Royal Champion to try and keep the King and Queen alive through the Expo and Scattershot section here on the left side of the base, but there's a lot of defenses still to go.
Yeah, there's a lot, and they're also regaining the health. As you can see, the builders are regenerating the health on both of the multi-infernos, and I'm pretty sure the Electro Titans almost had them down as well to like 5 HP, which means it's going to be more damage that needs to come in from our troops to get it down, and the Royal Champion goes off here now as well, leaving just the Queen here. This Eagle Artillery on that back end, we spotted it early, and it was a problem all the way through the attack, unfortunately.
Yep, and this is exactly what I was worried about at the start of this attack. The pressure, I think, getting to Tribe here. They needed the triple to keep the lead, and they did have a slight percentage lead too, so it depends on how much percent the Queen can get here. Tribe Gaming might still be able to secure the advantage after the 4th round of attacks. It's going to be hard to tell. I don't know exactly how many buildings he needs, but with the Queen ability here, he's actually still getting better percent than I thought he was going to get, as Queen was beaten on a wall earlier. She snags the Tesla, wraps around the walls, and unfortunately gets in range of the scatter shot. She's going to die right there at 88. We'll have to wait a second and see the stats pop up. I think Tribe Gaming might still be in the lead by just a couple of buildings, but it's really close.
I think it might really be very, very close. We have the 74.4% after 4 attacks from Clash Champs. We stopped to do the math on the previous one. But yeah, as you said, the pressure is getting to them. We've only had 2 triples each from each team, and now it's even on stars, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I think it's 10-10 after 4 attacks each, so it's going to come down to the closers of both teams. Who can hit the triples? Who's going to fall under the pressure? Hopefully you can have the stats pop up here in a second, see who has the slight lead, or maybe it's perfectly tied. Wouldn't that be crazy?
Oh my gosh, and don't tell me we're going to have another buzzer beater burst spell for 1 building again, 2 walls in a row. I can't deal with that.
Oh, that would be crazy. Imagine this all came down to time. I can't remember the last time we had a match on a tournament of this caliber come down to average attack duration. But look at the stats there. It looks like a 4 building lead for Tribe Gaming. Ooh, it's close.
I can't believe how close all of the, there's so many wars that are just so close, and it really just shows that every building matters. I can't emphasize that enough. Do not end your attacks early, because you can see the 4 building lead now is paying off, and Celino is in with the final attack now. Clash Champs, and again, I'm so impressed. They're up with the final attack, and they're still doing these Skelly Donuts or Skelly Bat Donuts, and I would be so nervous to do that.
Very interesting to see what he's targeting with that Skelly Bat. Not going for the CC or the Monolith like we normally see. He went for the left multi and the left expo, almost treating it as like somebody would normally do with like a Zap Quake setup. But he can't reach both those defenses with the Zaps and the Quake, so that's why he brought the Skelly Bat Donut. Now he's doing the Sui from the top side, and oh gosh, the invisibility spell to force the Queen back into the Eagle Artillery. That's interesting. Yeti doing some funneling on the right side, and look at this log launcher coming into support now.
Yeah, that log launcher is going to do some nice damage on some of the defenses, as well as that beautiful freeze that we had on one of the expos. It is going to be raged up here, which does do a bit of damage on our Queen, but we still managed to hold on to that ability a little bit longer here as these walls now start to open, but the Queen's trailing to that left-hand side, which means we have to rely on whatever's in that log launcher to get some of these defenses down, since the logs are not touching this multi-inferno.
One big bonus to that log launcher is it just pre-triggered the invisibility tower. He could take advantage of that and start the Lalo and get through the town hall before that invisibility tower recovers.
Yeah, the King on that right-hand side gets that scatter shot down, and all these loons now pathing towards that town hall that is not active just yet, and we've already identified that tornado trap going off here, which may have forced that warden ability prematurely here, and we'll use a freeze spell in here to freeze the town hall for the I don't think it wasn't back yet. I was about to say it might have frozen the invisibility spell tower, but it hadn't regenerated yet. But a lot of these loons go down to the gigapoison in this compartment.
I want to be the best in the game.
Yeah, hopefully the warden, the owl, might be able to finish off that monolith with a couple more balloons. The skeleton spell, the last freeze spell being used for the champion on the left side, might need the invis spell as well. It's going to be really close, but I think he's got a good shot here. Celino with that invis, Diggy to stun the scatter. The warden on 1 HP, still helping to support. And if Diggy can stun this wizard tower, the owl still healthy. Look at this Coco, he might just get it if he has enough time.
The Royal Champion is so low. I'm hoping there are no traps for Celino. We're on that storage there on that right-hand side, 20 seconds, and there's only about 4 buildings remaining. And Celino is going to triple it out here, which puts so much pressure here on Tribe Gaming. It is all or nothing for the final attacker. The next attack has to triple. Tribe Gaming have the percentage advantage, but Clash Champs are now getting that extra star on the board, which, ooh, the pressure is so on.
What a comeback from Clash Champs. Beautiful way to end the match from them. They were down the entire time, but now they have shifted 100% of the pressure onto Tribe Gaming. Clash Champs have done everything they can, and they put Tribe in a tough spot. Quite literally, like you said, all or nothing. It is another triple or lose ending here. The final attacker of Tribe Gaming is Exorcist, and he's got to get it done.
As Exorcist is up, and Lex, we've got another recall spell, and the Queen is starting there on that right-hand side, and this time we've got some recall charge amongst with some loons, because there's not a Lalo. I don't see any hounds. Where do you think this one's gonna go?
It's very interesting to see. Instead of the Lava Hound, he's got one Electro Dragon and one Dragon Rider. He's already recalling the Queen, and just like we saw on that other Queen charge Lalo recall attack earlier today, I think from Tryhard, just using the Queen to kind of funnel for the Queen. So he uses the Queen on the 2 o'clock side to make the funnel, and then redeploys the Queen over on the 4 o'clock side. And so now she's got nowhere to go but down a little bit, and probably ideally in toward the Eagle, unless he's just planning on blimping the Eagle, or maybe Dragon Rider for the Eagle. He's got several different options here, but you can see the Electro Dragon being utilized at 6 o'clock for a bit of a funnel. And yep, it is going to be the Dragon Rider for that Eagle Artillery. And now he still has lots of options for where he wants to use the King and the Champion as well.
Yeah, Exorcist is actually doing a really nice job at leaving so many options open, which means that if a part of the attack doesn't go as planned, he can change things and spice things up. And as you can see, that Dragon Rider is slowly struggling up against the double sweep, so he does send that Raw Champion in to secure the Eagle Artillery, whilst the Blimp makes its way to the Multi-Inferno apartment. And we actually managed to, because there were no storages surrounding the Multi-Inferno, we actually had some goblins in there that secured the town hall, and these loons are avoiding that Giga Poison.
Yeah, that was a really nice play with the Sneaky Goblins and the Blimp as well. Luckily for him, there was no traps to stop them. Sneaky Goblins take the town hall. Royal Champion getting some value on the right side of the base. A beautiful freeze spell, and still one more invisibility spell to use here. Interesting decision there to make the multi-invisible, so Champion goes for the Monolith right away, but I also think that was a 200 IQ play because the Monolith was locking onto the Queen, and I think if he didn't do that, the Queen would be dead right now. And look at this
Still
wall
have that
break,
one more
giving
figure.
Queen access.
That is so clutch here, and Exorcist knows it. It's going to push through. We have cleanup. We got a few traps trailing behind those air troops, but more than enough time to allow for the Queen to walk all the way around and get that final building down. And Tribe Gaming are coming in clutch there. Clash Champs put the pressure on Tribe Gaming, and Exorcist was able to pull through at the very, very end there, and coming through with a beautiful Queen charge recall loon with an amazing Blimp to secure the town hall and securing the victory for Tribe Gaming on percent. These wars are so close.
Wow, that was just amazing. I mean, I really do think that invisibility spell, making the multi-invisible like that, actually saved the attack. The Queen would have died if he didn't do that and have the Diggy stun the Monolith right away. That was so clutch. And then the wall breaker giving Queen access to everything that was left. Awesome attack from Exorcist, 13-13. Such a close match. But Tribe Gaming edging it out on percent and moving to the upper bracket finals tomorrow. They still have 2 lives left in this tournament. They're going to be facing the winner of the next matchup we're going to be watching after this. But before we jump into that, we're going to be looking at one of the attacks here from Tribe Gaming. But first, you can take a look at the bracket, see all the teams that are still in. We already said goodbye to VN Esporting and MS Esports. You can see some of the matchups for tomorrow. Tribe Gaming moving into the upper bracket. They are done for today. Tomorrow we're going to have Clash Champs versus Entropy, and we're also going to have Bad Singer versus the loser of the next matchup we're about to watch, Na'Vi versus Time to Throw. But before we get into that last matchup of the day, let's take a look at this attack from Yo-Yo23, because he had a really nice attack here. The early Battle Bloom with the Rage spell, with the Yeti Bomb, not only got the Warden statue, the multi, the Rage Tower, it got the Builder Hut, it got a Tesla, it pulled the CC troops out, allows the Queen to easily take out these super minions with the Poison spell, and it's going to set up beautiful pathing for this hero dive into the Town Hall. The King is meant to path perfectly in toward that left side scattershot compartment, and what I really love most about this hero dive here is the two skeleton spells that he uses to distract the expos perfectly for the Archer Queen. The skeleton spells here are really so effective at distracting defenses if you're able to time them perfectly. Notice how he doesn't drop both skeleton spells right away. He drops the first one, he waits about 4 or 5 seconds, and then drops the second one. He's making sure that the skeletons are not going to die too early, that they live just the right amount of time to give this Queen the tanking power she needs to get all the way to that Town Hall. He pops the King ability on the left side of the base to take the scatter shots, to take the enemy champion, and starts sending in those hogs. Pops the Queen ability right there, and she gets everything she needed to. Got the Town Hall, got the sweeper for some pathing, cleared the core of the base without even using any of the invisibility spells that he brought just in case she needs them. He's able to pop an early Warden ability here to get most of the troops moving in through the first compartment into the middle section of the base, and the healing spell here keeps the Hog Riders alive all the way into the backside. And notice how he sprinkles in a few more Hog Riders for the outside defenses along the bottom side, along the right side, in order to keep the main group of Hogs and the Royal Champion inside the base so they don't peter off toward the outside and get distracted. Just all around an absolute masterclass of the Sui hero dive Hog Rider attack here from Yo-Yo23. I mean, it was just picture perfect. Nothing went wrong. Still has the champion ability here on the right side of the base, able to pop that to get a few extra buildings down even quicker. And this is one of the 3 stars that helped Tribe Gaming win this match. Beautiful stuff from Yo-Yo23.
Really nicely done there from Yo-Yo. I mean, that was one of the strong triples that opened up really nicely for them in the very beginning, and it paid out at the very end. Exorcist managed to keep his cool towards the end there and making sure that Tribe getting that victory. They needed the stars. They needed all those stars at the very end there because they already had that percentage lead. Now, let's go take a look at the next bunch of players that we're going to be watching in the next match. We have got Time to Throw versus Na'Vi up next, and Diego, Dubs Ben, Max, Bonky, and Van at hand, ready to fight for Time to Throw up against Stars, Kazuma, Yuta, Klaus, and Yaku. We got some fan favorites in here. What do you think is going to be happening on this matchup, guys?
This is going to be a really fun one. I think a lot of people might be obviously expecting it to go one way, but I'm really interested to see if Time to Throw can pull out their A game right now. Start off early with 1 or 2 triples and get some momentum under their belt to give them a real strong fighting chance to take out the world champions.
I think if they're in the right mind space and they get that first attack in and they blow it out the water, I think they'll be in a really good headspace, and I think they can put up a really good fight up against Na'Vi. I just think it really just matters about the opener here.
Yeah, I agree. I think the first attack is going to be so important for Time to Throw. They need to get that first triple, maybe even a defense on top of that. If they can get both those things right away, they're going to be feeling some crazy amount of confidence, and they can just use that to their advantage to swing through with a few more 3 stars. I think everybody's expecting, a solid 13, 14-star performance from Na'Vi, so Time to Throw have got to match that if they want a chance to move on through the upper bracket.
Now, it'll be interesting to see what bases that we also get from Time to Throw, because in the previous war that we watched, I think Na'Vi versus MS, I think at least 3 of their attacks were also either Hog solo-handedly, also the 2-hog combo, the super hogs with the regular hogs in there. So it'll be interesting to see if they manage to counter that or not.
Yeah, we'll see what they decide to use, how they're going to adjust their traps against Na'Vi. Maybe now is the time to bust out those ring bases I've been talking about all day. Maybe it'll pay off with a crazy one-star defense.
Yeah, that would be quite crazy. I mean, do you think that could counter Na'Vi though? Or do you think that they have the experience for taking down those ring bases?
I think usually in the past we've seen Na'Vi absolutely crush those style of bases. Every once in a while we see a slip up, but it doesn't happen that often. That would be more of a Hail Mary play, like maybe we have no other options.
Yeah, I think on the previous war as well, we had that one early slip up from Na'Vi, but they were able to recover very, very nicely and bring out all the way through as well. So it'll be interesting to see what happens on this one. Will the bases get the better of them from time to throw or not?
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one for sure. Really interested to see what kind of attacks Na'Vi are bringing out. They have been using a lot of Hog Riders lately. I think even in that last matchup, we were seeing a bunch of Hogs. Even Yuta14 in his professional debut, again, out of retirement. I think he did Queen Charge, the Twin Hog strategy, and he absolutely crushed that last base in their first matchup today. It was impressive from him.
Yeah, Time to Throw had quite the combination. I think they like their hogs as well, but they're also quite Lalo heavy, so we'll see what we get from them. And Gaku's coming in with the first attack here for Na'Vi, and it is not hogs at all. We're coming in with a Queen Charge Super Dragon, and again we're bringing in the recall spell and starting that Queen Charge there on that left-hand side, and nice early rocket loons on the north-hand side, which does pull that air defense off of the base from Bonky, and we're getting quite a bit of damage from this Expo here, and we may have to use a Rage, or we're actually going to recall early. We're going to place that Queen towards that north-hand side, and she can get some nice value on the north and go for that Eagle Artillery area.
Yeah, nice setup so far, and look at this, a bit of a confident play here using the Stone Slammer with the Dragons instead of the Battle Blimp going for the Town Hall. He's confident these Dragons are going to be able to push at least far enough to get that Town Hall. It might be a bit of a risky move as the Stone Slammer is already down and he still has to fight CC troops here, but with a good Warden ability he might be able to get through it all.
Yeah, that Queen's still pushing through nicely there. The Supers are being knocked back, but it doesn't slow her down, and the Super Dragons under that Warden ability as we push through the core of the base. We do still have that Town Hall active, and there's a bunch of traps popping up here, and that Town Hall is still standing here.
This is exactly what I was worried about. Maybe a little bit too confident. The Warden and the Phoenix trying to get that Town Hall, but I don't think they're going to be able to do it. The Battle Blimp instead of the Stone Slammer might have been the better play here. Now he's going to have to send the Royal Champion for the Town Hall, and this is not how he wanted it to go.
We have a lot of spells that we can still invest, and that Digi's also going to stun that Town Hall, but the problem is there's not that much still remaining afterwards, and where are you going to invest these spells since the Royal Champion is going to take damage from that Heat of Poison regardless, which means we have a lot of spells to invest there on the King with no wall breakers, so we don't have access to the scatter shot there either, so that's just going to be hitting hard on our King here.
No, at this point, you have to realize that there's no way he can triple. Best case scenario is King completely ignores the scatter, completely ignores the Town Hall compartment, just collect all the percentage points you can around the outer edge of the base. That would be best case scenario, so that way they don't end up with a 70% attack here. Hopefully he can at least push it above the 80% mark. A couple Barbarians split off to that gold mine on the right side. That's perfect. He's got the one invisibility spell to work with. Should be able to get it above the 80% mark.
77 at the moment. We still have an invisibility at hand, as well as a bunch of time. We've got 20 seconds here as well, unfortunately. Oh, we make that enemy King invisible as well, which is quite nice. We can continue through. We do manage to make it, in fact, into the 80s, and that's about it coming in here from Gaku. Unfortunately, Gaku's having a little bit of a rough day today, but he is also the opener from both of these wars that we've seen, and there's not a lot of time to plan attack in the beginning, and this might be again where his team makes a comeback and he's doing that first attack with a little planning that gives his teammates some additional time to make sure that they do have an extra few minutes to get that triple that they need.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. But from a mentality standpoint, I think this is exactly what Time to Throw needed to start this match. They needed a defense right away to feel like they have a solid chance to keep up with Na'Vi. And now's the time for them to just open up with a big 3-star and put some crazy pressure on Na'Vi.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's doable. 80% 2-star. That's a little bit on the lower end. So even if it does fall through, we have to make sure we get every single building down. And they could take the percentage lead. But we'll just have to see what Time to Throw have to offer in that next attack.
Yep, speaking of that next attack, it's Max kicking things off for Time to Throw today. And again, bringing the Skelly Bat Donut. He did this in their first matchup earlier. I think he missed some of his invisibility spells. Let's see if he's able to nail them all on this one. Going for the CC building. Going for, I think he wants both Inferno Towers. He made the right one invisible on the first drop. Second and third drop are looking good. I don't know if he's going to be able to get it all. Ooh, he got both Infernos. Can he get that CC?
Close. It's not enough to get both multis down, but that Clan Castle is just going to regenerate health here as well, which means we're going to have to make sure that we try and take into account that we still have yet to deal with these Clan Castle troops that are defending strong here at the Stars' base, and we don't have a poison spell at hand here either. That Queen starting off on the southern side, a few traps popping up, and we've already got a skeleton spell deployed here around that monolith area, which is going to distract these defenses for the Royal Champion now to make its way through. It was unfortunately already doing some damage though on the Royal Champion, so Max did have to invest yet another freeze, and here come those Clan Castle troops left.
Yeah, so unfortunate. I think the champion was supposed to go all the way to the Eagle here, but with these CC troops stalling her up, she might not make it. Well, let's see how she paths here. If she can ignore the Archer Queen perfectly. Oh, she died there just before having a chance. The Queen also dies through ability right there and not able to get through the scatter shot. She's looking a little bit rough for Max.
Yeah, a little bit problematic here though. We have to make sure we get that star on the board by getting the Town Hall down. We got that one ability to protect the blimp, which passed directly over all of these defenses to the Town Hall, and with that raid spell in there, we do secure that star on the board. And right now, I think it's all about how much percent that we can collect. We've got some Dragon Riders on the northern side and trying to clear out those defenses, and those loons slowly trying to make their way towards the Eagle through, which is doing quite a bit of damage in here. The Hound is actually distracting it, but these sweepers are knocking them back.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think this is one of those moments where I think he should have realized this isn't going to triple. Instead of investing more spells for or more troops for the middle of the base, he should have tried to get that Inferno Tower on the left side to allow the minions to pick up more percent.
Oh, Max is not happy with that. The thing is, though, the idea that Max is bringing to the table, I really like it. Both times as well, he tried to do this Skelly Donut, and I think it would have paid off because they just lose a lot of power there from the heroes because those Clan Castle troops are still standing, and look, those loons still making their way over to that left-hand side, but unfortunately, I don't think it'll be enough to get that down.
Yeah, still, again, just like his first attack earlier today, an impressive recovery. Even with missing the Skelly Donut, he's almost able to pick up 90% here. That's honestly really impressive.
Yeah, 88%. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, they're still giving them the lead, though. So it's still high there for Time to Throw. I mean, we have the 88 up against the 88 building leads now. All the 8s on the board now.
Yeah. Tied up match. 2 stars to 2 stars. Now everything's open for either team. Are Na'Vi just going to start getting that triple train moving through? Just work on their 3 stars here and become unstoppable? We'll see.
Yeah, that's what they did last time, so Time to Throw up to hope they can stop Na'Vi in their path, since that extra few minutes that maybe Na'Vi have was paying out there with those beautiful triples that they had in the previous one. And let's see if it happens again. We got Yuta coming in, and as we saw in the previous attack, we love these hogs. We got the combo in here again. We got those super hogs as well as those regular hogs, as well as the Queen Strike starting off on the 9 o'clock side, and that early blimp, which is going to land in that scatter compartment to clear that out.
Yeah, nice looking Yeti Bomb again. Yuta 14, well known for those early Yeti Bombs. He loves that style of Queen Charge with the blimp to set up the initial funnel. CC Trip's going right over to the Archer Queen where she's already used another rage spell. Queen gonna path toward the Town Hall and take a look at this jump spell. I'm wondering if he's doing that same sort of setup that I think it might have been Kronos that did with his Queen charge with that jump spell. Let's see if he's gonna do that same sort of thing for Queen to snipe the Town Hall but not go into the Giga Poison.
Yeah, Kronos did have that nice jump with the Queen charge, and Queen taking quite a bit of a hit here. The Headhunters do come in clutch to help get that enemy King down, and as the Queen forwards into that rage that Yuta has deployed, we can get as much health back as possible, but the Eagle Artillery is going to do so much damage here. We forced that Queen ability, and as you can see, we are doing that same type of jump.
I think he was trying to do that same type of jump, but he technically dropped it a little bit too close to the Town Hall. She could just hop over both walls if she wants to. He's got the King going toward the Eagle Artillery, the Hog Riders on the upper side of the base, and he's going to have to use an early Warden ability here to keep those Hog Riders alive. Invisibility spell will get Queen through that Town Hall, and she's going to go straight into that Giga Poison and Monolith section.
This is looking a little bit tough. As you said, that was a little bit of a misplacement there from the jump, and it's taking so much damage in here, so we have to invest the freezes to try and keep her alive. And not only that, there's also the Tornado Trap and the scatter shot now on the Queen, and Queen goes down. And well, Champion does still have her ability to still get some nice value as we push through towards that southern side there. You have that scatter shot, but there's not that much remaining still.
Yeah, that Monolith is such a hero killer, though. It takes out the Queen, it takes out the Warden, it takes out the Champion. It killed 3 out of his 4 heroes. Crazy defense there in the core of the base, and it's going to be yet another defense for Time to Throw. So they've got a solid chance here to take the lead with their upcoming attack.
Yeah, they're actually looking pretty good right now. 90% 2-star in there. And the attack from Max was nearing that 90% there as well. So if they keep it up here and they get those high defenses in, or even that triple, they could sway it with stars maybe even.
Yeah, definitely. That's what they're going to be looking to do here with their second attack. Hit that 3-star and take the lead 5-4 over Na'Vi and start putting Na'Vi in that pressure position where they have to start tripling and get right back into this match.
Yeah, definitely. I want to see what the next attack's coming in from Time to Throw. You can see that Max wasn't too happy with that one, so let's hope that the team spirit is still high since they had the lead after that one, even if it didn't go to plan. And 4 stars in favor of Na'Vi, 2 stars in favor of Time to Throw, and the percentage there at 34% for Na'Vi.
Yeah, I think the average destruction is still in favor of Time to Throw. So even if they miss this next attack, if they get above the 90% mark, they'll still be able to maintain the lead. So whatever they're doing here, you just can't give up early. You know, like you keep saying, every single building matters. We could be tied all the way to the end here again.
Yeah, definitely. I think there will still be some exciting moves, and the fact that Time to Throw getting these defenses in is huge for them. I mean, I wonder if we'll be seeing some more Lala, or we're going to switch back to Hogs, because these are the 2 strategies that we saw before, and it's something completely different now. Van has got some super bowlers at hand here, and also got that 1 Electro Titan, and moment we got that Sea Barrack, so probably needs to deploy that with the King around the outskirts here, and we've already got that Warden Walk starting off on the northern side, reaching for some of these defenses, and the wall break as well, which is going to open the walls for the Eagle Artillery area. That's probably where we're going to be sending in those super bowlers. What do you think, Lance?
Yeah, the Warden Walk on the upper side of the base. You can already see that wall break on that long wall piece in front of the Eagle. So he's going to be entering straight into the Eagle. Try to get in toward the Rage Tower with a couple of these wall breaks. King and Siege Barracks going to be utilized on the right side of the base to help set this funnel and just brute force his way all the way through the Town Hall section.
Yeah, looking pretty good. The Warden can take quite a bit of damage here, but thankfully the healers are at hand, and the Queen's now pulling that Warden over. The Expo, however, is on the Warden, so Van did spot that very well here, investing a free spell on that Expo as everything's starting to push through. The King also making sure that none of these bowlers walk around that right-hand side. The King's actually going to join these super bowlers in the core of the base. Yeah,
and that might actually work out just fine because King is able to take out the enemy Royal Champion And the P.E.K.K.A. and Wizards from the Siege Barracks are doing a great job on the outside of the base here. They've got some extra troops to help them out. The Warden ability was used early there, but look at this. The Town Hall is already down, and these Super Bowlers are still alive. Can they get through the Giga Poison?
Yeah, the Giga Poison doing quite a lot of damage, but a Rage coming in here to try and counter that, to try and get as much health back as possible, but there's too much damage coming in here. We did invest a freeze spell, but it was a little bit late here as well to help take some damage off of these troops. There's also a Tornado Trap, which is whirling everything, keeping them in damage here, and the Queen's gonna go down, and that King's still up, and this Multi-Inferno melting the remaining healers.
Yeah, the Warden trying his best to help out, but he's just so slow, not able to do too much against the King. The Headhunter a little bit late. Down goes the Champion, and this might just fizzle out. It was looking so decent there for Van, but I don't know if he's got enough steam to move through the end of the base here. The King with the multi, with the Warden statue, just hit so hard right there on the back end of the base, and I don't think he's got quite enough HP to get through it all.
Yeah, no Headhunters either to help out there, which is quite unfortunate. I mean, the King does have a revive, which does make him a little bit indestructible, but that will pan out very, very quickly here. 14 seconds on the clock, and unfortunately, that's about it. You have 10 seconds on the clock. I still don't think that that's enough time either to get some additional percentage in here, so we're going to be ending it here on an 87% here, which is still in favor of Time to Throw.
Yeah, I believe they're going to be in the lead by just a handful of buildings. I don't know the exact number, somewhere between 5 and 10 buildings lead for them, but still very close here. We're still waiting for that first 3-star to see who's going to have their first real lead in this match.
Yeah, definitely. It could really go either way at this point, and Navi, they're probably sat there a little bit nervous now towards the end of it now, and I think more time is there for them. It's late evening for them, so we'll see how that pans out there as well.
Yeah, I think it's got to be like 2:40 in the morning in Japan, but they're used to staying up this late and clashing. Always fun to watch them play this late at night. But we'll see if they can start bringing in the 3-stars. Both these teams got solid bases. I mean, these bases are standing the test, standing tall. Nobody's able to triple them so far, so you can see the percentage difference right there, 35 to 34. So I think that is exactly a 5-building lead for Time to Throw.
Yeah, it's so close, and Stars is up with the next attack, and we're bringing in the Zackquake Lalo here again on Dub's Ben's base. And starting off very, very early. We've already figured out where some of those hidden Teslas are by deploying, was it an Archer there? And Zackquake's coming in to clear off the monolith off of the base here, as well as one of the multi-infernos. Nice value going down there simultaneously. I think it was also a builder hut that went down there too.
Yeah, this King walking over to fight the enemy King. And pop his ability, utilizing the log launcher here. What is he trying to clear through? It's hitting the Expo. Also going to hit the builder hut and take out that Inferno Tower. We might just need Queen to step up and take out the enemy Queen so she doesn't lock onto this log launcher.
The log launcher is doing some work on this multi-inferno, but it's gonna force open so early, and that multi-inferno is gonna stay up. I mean, we're gonna have these additional troops, but those climb castle troops are gonna be pulled here as well. Do you think it's gonna be enough to get the multi-inferno down? We're slowly passing towards the Eagle at 3.
So low. Yes, the Ice Golems pull the Yetis just a couple tiles back over, and those Yeti Mites go for the Inferno Tower. Beautiful. But on the other side, the Queen skipped the scatter shot. She didn't go inside.
Yeah, we're taking a bit of damage there. There is one loon that did bypass the scatter shot damage, but they're still hitting hard there on these remaining loons, and we're freezing the Town Hall to allow for these loons to slowly approach that Town Hall so we can use that Warden ability to push through the Giga Poison. And a Rage Spell is also deployed here by Stars to try and speed them up, but there's also a Tornado Trap going off here as well, and World Champion now just gets deployed as we still have one major defense compartment still up here on that right-hand side, and the enemy World Champion still standing in here as well.
It's funny how he was able to save that last Lava Hound for the back end of the base here. There's not even any air defenses left, so that Lava Hound's just going from random defense to random defense, Royal Champion still able to get in there, distract the scatter shot while the last couple balloons take it out. Wow, that felt like such an awkward Lalo, but Stars manages to pull it off. He makes it work, and he gets the first 3-star in this match.
Very, very nicely done there. As you said, it did feel a little bit of an awkward Lalo. I mean, the Tornado there joining it as well, just keeping those balloons around that Giga Poison. It did look a little bit scary, but the Hound at the very end as well, distracting the Royal Champion so that we could take that down without really having to worry about it picking off our Royal Champion or too many loons. It was very valuable.
Definitely an impressive attack from Stars. As usual, he always seems to find a way to get it done. And now, just like that, the pressure quickly all thrown onto Time to Throw. They got to start 3-starring if they want a chance to beat the World Champions here.
Definitely. I mean, they already had that percentage lead, but the 3 stars coming in from Stars there means that they have to triple up as well here.
Yeah, not too many chances left to get it done. They've only got 3 attacks left. They had 2 really close ones, great percent on the first 2 attacks, but now they got to start turning up the heat. Close attacks aren't going to cut it anymore. They got to start getting those triples on the board, and let's see if Mr. Dobbspin can get it done here with the Queen Charge Hog Riders. He's bringing a jump spell on this one.
Yeah, there's a Flame Flinger here too, which is interesting. We've got that Queen starting off on the right-hand side. Have yet to deploy these healers to protect her, but there's not much hitting her at the moment, but she's doing a really good job at distracting this the mortar there from the Flame Flinger, which is nice. So we can continue that Flame Flinger through to the Town Hall compartment, and those healers now deployed on the Queen, and she can hopefully go into that Scattershot compartment since the King is now going to clear up around the outskirts towards the north-hand side here. And we've also found some hidden passes in that Scattershot counter.
Yeah, everything's going to plan so far. The Flame Flinger doing its thing. The King on the top side setting a funnel for the Queen to perfectly start making her way to the core of the base where we're going to have the jump spell to lead her exactly where we want. I find it impressive that he can do this attack laying down like that on his belly. I could never do that. It feels funny to me, but GG's to Ben here.
The pressure is on, but he looks super chilled here, indeed.
Oh yeah, CC Troops coming out, and I find it a little bit awkward that the rocket balloons went straight to the King instead of the Queen. Maybe not ideal here.
Yeah, we still got those rocket balloons still to deal with. The jump did connect all the way through, so we just have to be patient to let the Queen enter this compartment. The King on the outskirts of that Town Hall compartment is still sat here, and Flame is still working through those defenses, and we've already got that Warden pushing through with these hogs, and the raged up multi-inferno towers doing some damage in here. We invest a freeze spell, but we missed the multi-inferno on there.
Yeah, the Queen doing a great job taking that Town Hall. The Flame Flinger still getting extra value. He lost all the hogs in the main group, having to rely on this Champion and Warden to push through. The Champion goes down. Can the Warden finish off the scatter shot? If he does, we might be looking at a 3-star, but as soon as I say that, he switches targets to go help the Queen.
Yeah, he does go and follow the Queen, and he's going to be eating a lot of damage in here, and the Queen, she does have a lot of health here, so we'll see how this one pans out. We've not got a lot of buildings still remaining. There's an Electro Titan there as well. 30 seconds on the board, and I'm pretty sure we've already done damage on the scatter shot, so I think the Queen can single-handedly take it down with one shot, and Dobbspin is coming in with a triple for Time to Throw, which means they still have that percentage advantage up against Na'Vi.
They finally get the 3-star, and when they need it the most, not only do they catch back up, they maintain their lead by just 5 buildings on percent, pushing that pressure right back over to Na'Vi. It's like a game of ping pong. We're just throwing the pressure back and forth.
Yeah, definitely. The ball is definitely back in Na'Vi's court now, and we'll have to just wait and see what happens with that one. The pressure is definitely on for them, and Time to Throw, I really hope they're in the best headspace possible because they're putting up such a good fight. We saw this in the previous war as well when we were watching them. They don't give up. They're fighting until the very, very end there.
Yep, and Na'Vi, I think they've got Kazuma and Klaus still coming up next with the next few attacks. Two of the best players in the world, so it's time to throw. Definitely got to make sure their next two plans here are solid, that they're ready to go, because they're likely going to have to put up a few more 3-stars to have a chance here.
Yeah, definitely. And again, since we had 2 triples each, still those 5 buildings are giving time to throw the lead. I mean, what a tense war. I still can't believe how many wars have been so close, and it's just a matter of a handful of buildings that has given one team victory over the other.
Yep, let's see what Kazuma is going to be able to do here on this one. Another Queen Charge Hog Rider attack. It's becoming meta in this new update after the Hogs got a new level, that level 12. And look at this, Battle Drill and 2 skeleton spells on a Hog Rider attack.
Yeah, I think it's like the second time that we're seeing the drill today out of all the many attacks, so it's not commonly used, but you can get some really nice value to get the drill in, to stun some of those defenses and get another major defense down here as well. And Zoom is starting with that Queen Charge on that southeast side, some Cocoa Goons at hand to test for any potential traps as she pass towards that right-hand side, and we've already got that drill coming in here now directly for this Expo. It's already hitting our Queen, which is also going to stop that damage coming in on that Queen, and for those Clan Castle troops, the additional troops in here, is it going to be sufficient to get that multi-inferno down there? And Queen took quite a bit of a hit here as well, so nice invisibility spell from Kazuma to keep that Queen alive.
Wow, he is so efficient with his spells. It's crazy. That invisibility spell looked like it was at the last possible second to keep the Queen from going to ability. Now the rage spell to get her through the CC troops. The Battle Drill basically just acted like a Yeti bomb there. Just instead of the blimp, he decided to go with the drill, and it worked out just fine. The King on the right side to ideally push the Queen into the middle of a base where you can see he wants her to take the town hall down. The skeleton spell is going to be used to distract some of the heroes, and let's see if everything's going to work out the way he wants it to.
Yeah, I think we had a wall break, which may have been a tiny bit too late here, and the Queen's now slowly trailing around the outside. We did have a secondary wall breaker coming in here, but this Expo is doing so much damage to Kazuma's healers, picking them off one by one, and Queen is already forced to use her ability here as she approaches that monolith, and she's not even going to be able to take it down. And we've already sent all the majority of the Hogs in to that left-hand side. We do have a bunch of spells, but how far can we make it through?
He had an invis, he had a rage. I was wondering if he was going to use them for the Queen. I think if he did, the Queen might have been able to get the monolith in the town hall, but he decides to save everything for the champion and the warden. He's relying on her to take the town hall and save the 2-star, and it's very questionable as the rage expires. Oh, it's low. The champion and the warden gets it.
That was so close. Clutch invisibility there at the very end, securing the 2-star. We're managing to get some more percentage in on that north-hand side, but 2 major defenses still standing there. We'll be defending strong here on Diego's base. We're currently at 88. We should be making it into the 90s, which is ideal for Na'Vi, but I mean, Time to Throw already had that percentage advantage after the last round of attacks, so we'll see what pans out in the next one.
Yeah, they had that 5-building lead. This was a 90. So with Time to Throw's next attack, if they get an 85% 2-star, we would be perfectly tied. So anything above 85 and Time to Throw are gonna be able to keep their lead. But this one is so close.
Yeah, it was so unfortunate. That one wall break was just a little bit too late, which pulled the Queen a little bit too far to that right-hand side, and we still had all those buildings on that right-hand side as well, which just made sure that she didn't go into that compartment. It was just very heartbreaking to see, because the beginning part of it was really nice. The drill was nice, going for some of those major defenses there as well.
Yeah, it was. I really loved the plan. It seemed so good just until Queen kept walking around the right side, didn't go in where I think he expected her to. I'm very curious to see what it would have been like if she did go in early, but look at this interesting style base. These walls look very interesting.
Yeah, that makes it a little bit tougher around that town hall compartment for sure. And Bonky is coming in with kind of an early blimp, which does clear out the scatter shot off of that left-hand side, pulling the Clan Council troops simultaneously as well, which means the Queen can deal with them in her own time on that southern side. The Poison trying to help her out, slow those troops down. We're going to lose that ability too soon. And we also have some funding already in place from Bonky to make sure we can go into that town hall compartment.
Yeah, that Yeti bomb doing a great job of getting everything it needed to, getting the CC troops pulled out. Okay, weren't able to take out the champion, but that's fine. I don't think he was expecting them to. The Queen on the bottom side is definitely expected to go clear the town hall and everything in that section, so we'll see if she paths perfectly. I think she will, unless that royal champion might pull her left, but I have a feeling she's just going to completely ignore that royal champion.
Yeah, it worries me just a little bit. I mean, we've got that headhunter that tries to help the Queen out here to get the king down. She does step forwards and goes for the multi-inferno, raging the Queen up yet again, and more Coco looms at hand. They do find some sticking air mine, which is a really nice value, and Bonky's also deploying an invisibility spell just to alleviate some trouble off of the Queen here as that town hall goes down. The Hogs in the meanwhile are making their way through that left-hand side, and the Warden ability is going to be forced here already as that raged up multi-inferno is doing some damage.
Skeleton spell to distract the monolith was very nice. It allowed him to hold the Warden ability a few extra seconds. Hog Riders moving through the middle of the base. One headhunter in the Warden ability did a lot of damage to the champion, but now the Poison Lizard will finish her off. His Archer Queen on the bottom right side still looking very healthy with ability. Royal Champion on offense popping her ability. We get through that last Inferno Tower and just one little section to clear. Ooh, the RC switches targets and the Inferno Tower stays up.
We do still have the Queen still with her ability here as well, which is really nice value, and the King also still has the Phoenix. The problem I see here now is that multi-inferno that is standing, we don't have easy access to it. The Queen, she's regenerating some health as she cleans up around the outside. 28 seconds, and the King didn't get that scatter shot down on his own, and oh, this is a bit troublesome.
Might be looking at a 99% time fill. It depends on how fast the Queen can get to that multi. She pops ability, goes for the storage, goes for the expo. Don't you dare beat on a wall, Queen. Come on. She walks around. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Is it low?
Oh
yes!
My gosh! It's a triple for time to throw.
That was a buzzer beater finish for Bonky. I swear, I thought I saw the clock hit 0 as she was getting that shot off. Oh, that's wild.
This is exactly what time to throw needed. They now not only have percent, but they have stars, and there's only one attack left each.
Yep, it all comes down. The pressure is on Klaus right now. He has to triple. If he doesn't, time to throw can just 2-star for the win. So Klaus has to triple. And if he does, then all of a sudden the pressure back over to time to throw. They're going to have to get an 86% or better to win it.
Yeah, this is so tense. Oh my gosh. 10 stars for time to throw. 9 stars for Na'Vi. 75% for time to throw up against the 72 for Na'Vi. Klaus, you got to give it your all now.
Yes, he does. And here he goes. Pressure on the man, the myth, the legend himself. And he's bringing a lot of bacon. Hog Riders and Super Hog Riders. And a Skelly Bat Donut to kick it off as well. 3 skeleton spells. 1 bat. No poison spell. So he's going to be starting off with the donut more than likely. Let's see what all he's trying to get.
We're starting off in the core of the base here, and Klaus is trying to get the Time Castle down, and Multi-Inferno down here as well. These invisibilities going, the Multi-Inferno already drops, and there's that Clan Castle as well, and early blimp. We've seen this a few times now, Lex, where they send this early blimp in just to clear out that Multi-Inferno or single Inferno neighboring the town hall to allow for further accessibility to these heroes.
Yeah, I really like the blimp with no spells there. just to clear out an Inferno Tower. The question is, how long do you wait to start the next phase? Sometimes it might be ideal to let that rage effect, the rage tower, expire. But he was able to let King fight enemy King, and the rage expired in the meantime, so he didn't have to waste any time at all. Now the Queen and Giant over on the top right side to make sure that King is going to be stepping perfectly to go take out the Town Hall.
Note that I think we had some regular wall breakers in there as well, because we have got these sneaky goblins and these super hogs in here, so we don't have enough space because you can only take 2 super troops with you, and we managed to open up the walls there, and the Queen can reach directly over these walls and get that scatter shot down right before deploying all these hogs from that right hand side to go for the Eagle Artillery area.
Perfectly done there. King takes out the Town Hall and the Rage Tower, and notice how he starts the Hog Riders just early enough to where the Queen actually stays alive, and she's going to help to do cleanup for the rest of the attack. He pops that Warden ability super early, and he still has some skeleton spells left over, so he's going to start sprinkling them in on the bottom side of the base here.
Yeah, we also have a bunch more freezes. Klaus has so many spells still towards the end of the attack here, and these hogs are slowly making their way towards these last few major defenses. The Scattershot is doing quite a bit of damage as well as this multi-inferno, and unfortunately we don't have any hogs to help these riders in that compartment there, and they do get melted by that multi-inferno. And we finally start to use these freezes as these heroes start to approach it, and we still have 3 more spells remaining, and this is looking pretty good for Klaus.
It's looking amazing for Klaus with 3 spells to go. The Royal Champion ability, look at that. He's feeling confident. Swags all 3 spells, gets it done for his team. Yet again, Na'Vi gonna finish with 12 stars. They've done everything they can do. The ball is in the court of time to throw. Nice attack, Klaus. He gets it done. And here's the situation. Time to throw an 85% 2-star here would give us a perfect time. So they're shooting for anything above that.
Yeah, it's crazy how close that it is, and the fact that Bonky got that triple in the previous attack for time to throw just really alleviates a little bit of pressure here, so it's not an all or nothing attack. They know what they have to hit to get it done, and we can make sure that they can bring in enough cleanup so that if there are any potential buildings here or there that they outrange any defenses, that they can just snipe them off, because as you said, that every building makes a difference.
Every building makes a difference indeed. He's going to be going for the 3-star, of course, as all these pros always do. He's bringing the Queen Charge Hogs. It's been so popular today. Again, no healing spells, but no recall spells. Nothing too fancy on this one. No jump spells. Only 1 wall breaker and just a lot of rages to keep this Queen alive forever.
Yeah, that early blim here is acting directly over to that monolith, and we've got a rage spell in there, and we're actually getting some rock balloons in here that did do a bit of damage there on the Eagle Artillery, and these Yeti Mites are doing huge work, and we even got the multi-inferno!
You've got to be kidding me. That is an impressive Yeti bomb value. The monolith, the eagle over the wall, and the multi over the wall picks up the CC troops as well, and it's so clutch that the Yeti Mites got the left multi and not the right multi, because the Queen can get the right multi anyway.
This is absolutely insane value. This is looking very, very strong for Diego. Let's see if we can keep this cool all the way through this attack now. Queen Charge starting to make its way towards that town hall compartment. As you can see, the King's clearing out some really nice buildings here, and we'll even get a revive here to clear out the storage, so the Queen will definitely make her way into this compartment here. She gets another rage off here. We find some traps we can see, which is also good value for these healers, and she's in a very good position to get that town hall down as we start those hogs in from that left-hand side, Legs.
Diego just giving us an absolute masterclass on Queen Charge Hog Riders right now. Nothing going wrong. The Queen pops ability. He decides to use her ability there, not even using any more spells right now. He's considering just saving all the spells for the champion, for the Hog Riders. He popped that Warden ability. They make it all the way through the Tesla farm, through the Archer Queen, getting into the top side of the base. The Royal Champion is still at full health. He still has her ability. He's got free spells to work with. He's got cleanup on the left side, cleanup on the top side, another freeze spell. The Poison Lizard damaging the King. Not only is he going to secure that 86% Coco, I think he's going to finish this match off in style with a 3-star.
Diego went all out here, and look how many hogs are still remaining, and look at the heroes that are still alive. The healers are still up here as well. What a phenomenal way to end it here. The fan favorites going down here, and Time to Throw will be taking it home here now, and they'll be going through to day 2. And what an epic performance from Time to Throw, fighting all the way through and coming in clutch there where it mattered and taking the victory.
Beautifully done from Time to Throw. They started off a little shaky with their first 2 attacks missing, but after that, they got their triple train rolling. They hit the next 3 attacks in a row, triple, finish it off with 13 stars, and send Na'Vi, the world champions, down to the lower bracket. Very impressive. And speaking of that lower bracket, let's go ahead and take a look at the bracket and see what we've got for you guys tomorrow. What do we got, Coco?
Yeah, we have Tribe Gaming versus Time to Throw there in that upper bracket still, but look at that lower bracket, Lex. We still have so many epic teams still fighting their way through. I mean, Entropy and Na'Vi are seated there on the upper side of it, as well as ETX, Bazinger versus Clash Champs. And one of these teams will be fighting all the way through and will be making it to that grand finals. I mean, Entropy looked so strong there as well today, so I wonder if we'll be seeing them all the way through. I mean, Entropy versus Na'Vi is quite the matchup, but to be honest, every single one of these matchups is going to be fierce, so make sure you set your alarms. We'll be back again tomorrow for some more action. It is not over.
Yep, lots of good clashing today. 8 awesome matches that we had today, and even more tomorrow. We're barely halfway through this double elimination bracket. We will see you guys tomorrow for a lot more amazing Clash action, so don't miss it.